I am finally live and allowed to be live on YouTube with 50 subscribers. So if anyone's here, coming or watches this video after, please like, favourite and sub. A couple of things to talk about. Roy Keane going in on Bruno and team. I don't think if you've ever seen one of my videos before, you need to be worried about my opinions on Bruno Fernandes. They basically mirror that of Roy Keane, the best captain the Premier League's ever seen. The guy is a joke, isn't he? The good, the bad, the ugly of Bruno Fernandes. Some people think, I think it's how you watch him, innit? I'm trying to be balanced here. You look at the negatives or you look at the positives. For me, the negatives outweigh the positives. For every one good thing he does, there's 3 or 4, 5 horrendous things that he does. Yes, even I will admit though, the team at the moment, you can't really drop him. There's too many other issues around the squad, and whatever you think about him, for somehow his set pieces seem to have got a little bit better and we're scoring off them. Whether that's Bruno having a look back at himself and thinking, need to do better on these, or whether that coach that we've got in, set piece coach, has told him to take free kicks and corners differently, but we're getting a few goals off them lately. The other side of that is, in open play, woeful, poor passing, poor basics, poor positioning. I'll say it and I'll say it and I'll say it over and over again. Bruno Fernandes cannot play in the pivot as a 6 or an 8. Yes, he can do it versus Ipswich. Yes, he can drop off for 10 minutes versus Everton. But where is he doing it versus a half-competent Premier League team? I can guarantee the Fulham game on Sunday, he's missing. He'll have gone walkies. We won't see him. He'll be up to his usual tricks of losing the ball, being out of position and being overrun. This is where I am with United at the minute. I'm not really interested in who plays or anything like that. And I am an adamant of, we backhammer him, we stick to the system. I've talked about how he should tweak his system. I'm not saying go outside of the 3 at the back. But I am adamant that we need 2 6s and not 6 and an 8, and a 10 becomes an 8. Agate, I've said it before, combative, can't pass, and whoever plays with him, whether it's Bruno, who's all over the place and into pivot player, whether it's Eriksen, who's got no legs, whether it's Mainu, who is a bit like Eriksen really, technically gifted and not got the mobility, I will stand by, if we're going to stick with Agate, we need a ball playing 6. Not an 8, not a 10, even though we do need a 10 to play in 10. I'm talking about in the midfield too. Said it loads of times, we're in the Premier League playing 2 midfielders versus 3. How do we expect like a midfield of 2, it doesn't matter who they are in the Premier League, to get away with playing against 3? And like I said, because I see there's 13 people watching, so please like, favourite and subscribe everyone. This is my first ever live video. I've got to 50 subscribers. So do me a favour and like the channel. I'm out on a dog walk diary. I vlog about Man United. I'm not a typical Man United channel. Do weekly-ish videos where I will go out, walk the dog and talk about United. So that is my opinions on them. You might have missed right at the start about Bruno. I'm not a Bruno fan for the reasons why. Please go watch some of my older videos. But Garnacho we'll move on to now. And Garnacho's a divisive figure just like Bruno. A lot of people think he's the future. A lot of people think he's not good enough. I sit somewhere in between the 2 facts of he's got potential, he's raw talent, and over the last few games when he's come on the pitch, he's the only one who's really looked lively as a United player. Do I think his attitude problems will hold him back? Yes. Do I think that Ruben Amorim really likes him? I don't know. Do I think he fits the system? I'm not so sure. Will he get sold in the summer? I think with the attitude issues he's had, the previous one he's had for Amorim, walking down the tunnel at the weekend versus Ipswich, when he was the sacrificial lamb for Dorgu sending off, it's not a good look, is it, really, for Garnacho? And I think he will be sold as a PSR gain in the summer. Whether you like it or not, I think that is where he's going. On to the Fulham game. I think we're going to lose. I really do. I think we've scraped past an Ipswich side again, like we always do with the teams that are right at the bottom or poor teams in Europe. We beat them by a goal or two. We get a little bit of hope up and we come against a competent Premier League time and get rolled over. Fulham are something like 6th in the league with away form this year. They're a decent side. They're well above us in the Premier League. We have beaten them twice this season though in the league, which is obviously a benefit for us. But I see us, and this is a question for anyone still in the chat, anyone watching, and sorry, this is my first live, so I can't respond to the chat. I'm not sure how to do it, but I am from England, Ocean, and hi, cheers for the sub, Mr. Bliss. I am British, I'm from Lincolnshire, lifelong Man United fan. And what was I talking about? Fulham. Yeah, and how we can beat the real poor sides, but when we come up against a half-competent one, we lose. And this is the question for the chat then that I was going to ask if anyone's out there still watching. If we go out of the FA Cup to Fulham on Sunday and we lose to Sociedad in midweek, we think it's bad now. Imagine how bad it's going to be if we go out the FA Cup and the Europa League in a week, because we're pinning our hopes on getting into Europe next season on one of those competitions. And if we go out now, I mean, somebody tell me, what do you think? What's going to happen? The fallout is going to be massive. Like, it's going to be huge, the fallout. All right, T-Monkey, how you doing, mate? It's really, really going to be tough going for the rest of the season if we get knocked out of both these competitions. And going into the summer with no Europe. The talk of Osman, the talk of Edison from Atalanta. We're going to struggle to get players like that without Europe. And yeah, let me know if you're watching this live, if you're watching it back on the video afterwards. If we go crashing out of both cups in the next week, well, it'd be a week and a half because there's 2 legs versus Sociedad in it, but we're as good as out if we lose by a couple of goals away at Sociedad. What are we going to do? I don't know what to say. If we go out of both cups and we're 15th in the league, as much as I'm behind Amorim, where does it leave him and the players and the squad as a whole? It will be the bottom of the bottom with all the cuts that Ineos Glazer hate. People getting antsy with Amorim because we're not winning and we're out of all the trophies as well. It will be, honestly, absolutely disastrous. T-Monkey watching live, good lad. Who was it? K's Guams, is it? Shout out to you, mate, as you're asking for one. Tell me in the comments, what do you think? What do you think if United go out of the both cups this week, or near enough out? Where are we going to lie on the end of that? Because it's going to be... It's a huge, huge week for Man United, this. And as I was saying at the start of the video, is I'm not confident Man United can win any game. The only games we've seemed to win is scraping by Ipswich's, Leicester's, Southampton's, and the poorer sides in the Europa League. Sociedad, they're still a poor side we're expected to beat, but they're better than what we've been playing. And I just want to know, like, what as a Man United fan, what will you do for the rest of the season if we're out of both cups and 15th in the league? Where does it end for Amorim? Will you stand by him? Will you give him the summer? Where does your tether end with Amorim if we continue to have this downward trajectory? Yeah, cheers, Carms, mate. First live stream. If you do donate, if you don't matter, lads. I mean, I'm just here for the chat. All right, Tabby, how you doing, mate? You don't like football. Probably not the right channel for you then, son. See you later. Yeah, I mean, it's just a quick vlog for anyone who's here. I don't do it like normal United channels. I say a couple of videos a week or whatever. I do have a home setup, but I like to do it when I'm out and about walking the dog. He's over there somewhere, look. Different, bit of a different channel, I guess. First live stream. Got 50 subs up today, so YouTube allowed me to go live, so I've gone live. But that's it, really. Quick first live test. Cheers, everyone who joined the channel. Please like, favourite, subscribe. Cheers, Tabby, for the sub. Cheers, Kays. Cheers, anyone else, T-Monkey, Bliss, any of you that are still there. And please join me on the next one. Hit the bell, hit the sub, do whatever you want. Tell me your thoughts in the comments, the chat, whatever, about if United go out of the Europa League and the FA Cup in the next week. What are your thoughts as a Man United fan? Yeah. Say bottle of water. There you go, bottle of water. Yeah, there's a lot of English accents. I'm from, I don't know, mid to north England. About 2 hours away from Manchester, but people say I sound like I've got a Mancunian accent. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm like in Lincolnshire. Not too far from Lincoln, that way on. But yeah, please join me on the next one, everyone. It's been good to talk to you. It's nice to have some interaction on the videos for once, because it's usually me talking to myself. So I appreciate it. And I will end the live stream here. Please favourite, like, subscribe and all that jazz. Cheers, peace.